MotorWeek is made possible by TireRack.com, RockAuto.com, State Farm, and WeatherTech.
Even by today's standards, the Lamborghini Diablo still makes jaws drop and the hearts of car lovers swell, including mine. So after much searching, I was delighted to find one to take for a spin to see if it deserved to be on the pedestal I'd put it on when I was a teenager. While it's no secret that a Diablo will get noticed, this particular one caught the attention of the FBI and took investigators on a journey from California to Hawaii, across the country, before finally ending up here in Maryland.
They captured the car only after it got to Maryland, and somebody who was on their toes in the police department happened to look at this car and not quite buy the story about the car. Probably one of the alarm bells was the price on the car was at a point where it looked like too good a deal to be true. And we all know what that usually means. After the owner was cleared of any wrongdoing, the car needed to be sold to recoup a laundry list of costs and expenses, while also getting it back to its former glory. To do so, they turned to Chip Miller of Eurostar Auto Gallery outside of Baltimore, an expert in exotic automobiles. When you look at this car, it's timeless in its beauty. The body on this car is as pretty today as it was the day it was built, in my estimation. I have to agree. Even today, the Marcello Gandini designed body still looks more at home in a sci-fi movie than a highway. But the Diablo was much more than just a pretty face. When it debuted in 1990, the 201 mile-per-hour top speed made it the fastest production car in the world, making the $230,000 to $280,000 price tag seem almost reasonable. Even by today's standards, it's incredibly fast. The Diablo was also a massive sales success for Lamborghini at the time, selling more than 3,000 cars, a big number for the brand. Well, I've waited 20 years to drive a Diablo, and now that I have, what do I think? Well, there's no power steering. The clutch is so heavy that my left leg actually has a cramp, and I have to put it all the way to the floor to make any kind of a smooth gear change, which is pretty hard with this gated shifter. It's as wide as an oil tanker, and on top of everything, there's the noise. It comes from the massive 5.7-liter V12 dishing out 492 horses and 428 pound-feet of torque. It takes about 5 seconds to get the 1.5-ton beast to 60, but it does feel faster than that. Even after driving for several hours, I never felt relaxed behind the wheel, like if I didn't give it my full attention, it would punish me. Coupled with the driving elements I mentioned and a left leg getting weaker by the minute, you might think I was a little disappointed. But you'd be wrong, because for me, the Diablo is exactly what a supercar should be. Today's consumer has easy access to cars with nearly the same amount of horsepower as the Diablo for less than $40,000. Add this to how easy these modern speedsters are to operate, and the true power, ferocity, and risk can become easily masked. Owners can get a false sense of security, thinking these cars are much easier to handle than they really are. But the Diablo masks nothing. This isn't a car you simply hop into and take for a spin. It's always intimidating and always demands your respect. And that's what I love. It has about as much in common with a family sedan as a camel does with a Preakness racehorse. Police spent nearly 20 years searching for this Diablo, but thankfully, it was found. Because in some ways, it's the last of its kind for Lamborghini and of the supercar. Since Audi took control in 1998, the sensible Germans have smoothed out some of Lamborghini's infamous quirks, and maybe just a little bit of that magic was lost in the process. Lucky for me, the Diablos is as wild and untamed as the legendary Spanish bull that it's named after. And while today's modern supercars are amazing, I'm gonna have to keep this one on top of the pedestal where I've had it for the last 20 years.